Hello, I want to give you a really quick overview of Schoology from the aspect of a parent or from the aspect of a student. Schoology is at Schoology.com. If you just Google Schoology, it's going to be the first thing that is going to pop up, but it is www.schoology.com. Now, we already have an account. My son has used Schoology for some time. I guess he's fairly proficient at it. So I'm just going to click login and his information is already here. So I just wanted you to see that this is what a student's Schoology account looks like. The student's name is going to be in the upper right hand corner, and I'm going to take you to courses. When you see courses, you can see that Brody's actually in one course, and it's health and college prep. Now, these are actually two different classes in my mind as a parent. Health is one class, college prep is another class. This is actually some school that he's doing over the summer. So as a teacher, I would have broken that down. Let me go back to that one more time, because if you have a Schoology account, you're going to click the join a course, and you're going to enter the code that has been given to you. And you just enter the code, you click join, you're in. So that's very, very simple, and it's a lot like Google Classroom. But this is what is on Brody's screen. And like I said, there are two classes here. One is health, one is career college prep. These are just classes he's taking over the summer. As a teacher, I would have separated these classes, because when I click on health, you can see there's a section on worksheets, and then there's a section on tests. Now, I did not create any of this. This is just his account, and just keep in mind I'm showing you this as a parent or as a student would see it at home. If you click on worksheets, you can see that there's a lot to do here, chapter 1, chapter 2, and it goes through the worksheets that are due. If I just click on chapter 1, you can see in that folder all of the chapter 1 worksheets, and there are 4. You can put the due date, you can put the time. So if you're the teacher and you're creating the Schoology account, you have that control. I can show you what this looks like. You can see that Brody started this activity on July 14th at 8:33 p.m. He finished it on July 14th at 10:20 p.m. So it took 1 hour and 47 minutes. He made a 10 out of 10 or a 100. So Schoology for teachers is great because it grades assignments for you. However, Schoology, I think it's also great for students and parents because you can see immediately what your score is. And I just want to show you this too. When I click on this test quiz, this is all still under the Chapter 1 Lesson 1 worksheet. When I click on this, you can see that I can actually start a new attempt. And this is for teachers to select or not. You may make as many attempts as you like. Now, Brody only took this once, but he could have taken it more than once if he had not made a 100 the first time. Then there's a comments tab, and there's nothing here. We have used the comments tab in the past. Brody took another class and he used Schoology last year, and there were a couple of times when he had some questions or some comments, and he was able to just type something into this box and post it so that his teacher could immediately see it and see that the comment was attached to Chapter 1 Lesson 1 worksheet. If I come back up to the top, I can click on that Health Independent Study Section 1. And I can go back to worksheets or to tests. And of course, there are directions. The test direction says complete each of the chapter tests in this folder after you have completed the lesson worksheets. So if I click on tests, you can see Brody's tests for health, and I'll just show you this chapter 1 test, kind of same thing, July 14th at 10:30 p.m. Wow, he completed this really quickly in only 8 minutes and 43 seconds. So you can see, we've all had those students that have finished an assignment in 32 seconds, and you're able to go back and say, well, I know why you made a 20, because you spent 28 seconds taking your test. So same thing here. If we click on test quiz, we can see some notes. Now this is going to be very different than the worksheet instruction that we read, because this says you get 1 attempt at this test, so do your very best. And I admit this is conflicting, because down below it says you have made 1 of 2 attempts, you have 1 attempt remaining. So that just goes to show us as teachers, please proofread everything that we write, correct? Now, back to that health independent study. When he's completed all of his worksheets, when he's completed all of his tests, he's done with health. And I can go to grades, and this is what's so great for teachers. Bam, done, 98.59. He's got a 99 in health so far. But I know that as a mother. If I were the teacher, I would know that as the teacher. But your student is going to know that as well. And especially when your student, let's just say on the Chapter 10 test, your student made a 50, they can look at this and say, oh, okay, well, I have unlimited attempts on this, so I need to do this again. But let me show you why I don't like that these 2 classes, health and college prep, are put together. Everything's mixed up. This ACT writing is for the college prep class, but it's mixed up with health, chapter 1, which chapter 10 follows chapter 1, and way down here is chapter 2. I don't like things as a parent being all out of order. And as a teacher, I would not like things being all out of order either. These are the test grades. These are the worksheet grades, and it's kind of the same thing. You've got chapter 1, but then you've got chapter 10. And as a teacher, that would drive me crazy. I would want everything to be in order. And really, as a parent, I would prefer that everything be in order. And I would think that students would appreciate that too. So these are all things you can tell that Brody still has all of this due. If he doesn't have a grade, then he's got a lot of work left to do. If I go back to courses, I can show you, so this is the health folder that we've gone over, and then this is the career and college prep folder, which it is going to look, in this case, you've got a book, so you're able to attach, as teachers, you're able to attach URLs in Schoology so that your students know where to go. Now this is where they've got to actually buy a book on Amazon, but anyway, you can click on that and you'll just see a lot of different things. This definitely looks different than health. And honestly, I haven't looked at this, and I don't think Brady has even started this. So good job, Brady. Brady has a lot to do. The other thing that I wanted to show you, and this is me as a teacher, okay? This is, well, I guess it's me as a parent too. I don't like these grades being all mixed up and wonky. You've got chapter 11 test, and then you've got chapter 12 lesson 1, which is a worksheet, and then down here you've got chapter 1 test. I don't like things being all mixed up. And I think when it looks like this, how do you know what you've done and what you haven't done? And it's just kind of a big fat mess. I almost think it would be best to label everything with a number, like 1, chapter 11 test. 2, well, but put it in order where it makes sense so that when it shows up on a list, everything's going to be in order, if that makes sense, and you won't have things all mixed up. But like I said, also keep in mind, if you're going to do Schoology, I think it's confusing to have health and college career ready in one class. Just make 2 different classes. make 2 different classes. Make it as easy on yourself as possible. Make it as easy on your kids as possible. Make it as easy on your parents as possible. I hope that helps. I don't have a lot more to show because, like I said, I'm looking at this as the aspect of a student. I'm looking at this from the aspect of a parent, and I know it's going to look different when you go in and you set up your own Schoology as a teacher. So, good luck!